Es gibt keine Teddy-Verleihung ohne Gesprächsrunde. Die kommt jetzt. Denn es gibt ein Thema, was sich wirklich durch viele Filme dieser Berlinale zieht. Und das ist Homosexualität im Islam. Zu diesem Thema haben wir uns einen ganz besonderen Gesprächsleiter eingeladen, nämlich den Chefredakteur der Zeitschrift Front. Und dieser Applaus ist jetzt für Sie. Hier kommt der Dirk Ludixe. Bitteschön. Ihr Mikrofon. Ich überlasse Ihnen jetzt nicht ganz die Bühne, aber die Gesprächsleitung.
Herzlichen Dank. Islam und Homosexualität, Islam und Transsexualität, auch ja schon gesehen, ein großes Thema auf dieser Berlinale in vielen, vielen Filmen. Und das spiegelt natürlich eine Diskussion wider, die weltweit stattfindet, nicht nur hier in Deutschland, die in Amerika geführt wird, die in Frankreich geführt wird, wo ja mittlerweile knapp 10%, wenn ich recht informiert bin, der Bevölkerung muslimischen Glaubens ist, die auch hier in Deutschland geführt wird, hier in Deutschland sehr oft geführt wird entlang der Linie schwule und lesbische Community einerseits in Konflikt mit muslimischen Communities in unseren Städten, in den Großstädten, in einem Viertel. Ich lebe selber in Kreuzberg und ich muss sagen, diese Fußballfrauschaft hier heute zu sehen, die hat mich daran erinnert, dass bei diesem Thema nicht alles nur Konflikt und Gewalt ist, sondern dass es eben auch ein tägliches und alltägliches Miteinander auch gibt. Und das sollte man vielleicht bei all dem, was an Konflikten diskutiert wird, nicht ganz vergessen. Ein Film, der in ganz exemplarischer Weise zeigt, dass dieser Konflikt nicht nur zwischen den Gruppen stattfindet, sondern stattfinden kann in einem selbst. Das ist der Film A Jihad for Love. Und ich lade jetzt sehr herzlich, und dann wechsle ich auch zur englischen Sprache, denn meine Mitdiskutanten sprechen etwas besser Englisch als Deutsch. Ich lade ein, to be here on stage, to come to this stage, the director, the producer, and one of the main protagonists from A Jihad for Love. Please welcome Parvez Sharma.
Yes, sir. Yes,
please. Woo! Warm applause. Please welcome Mazin from Paris, actually from Egypt, now living in Paris, and the producer, Sandy Dubaus. Please. Hello. Sandy.
Kiss too, of course.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
Okay, and before we start discussing the movie and discussing our topic tonight, let's just have a quick look at a short segment of A Jihad for Love, please.
I myself is homosexual. I know what I've been through. I fasted 80 days every year besides Ramadan, asking Allah to help me to just get rid of these things. We feel that it's not a choice that we make, that somehow the Quran should be speaking about us as well, that we also have rights as human beings.
What do you say? Is homosexuality permissible in Islam? Is that what you're promoting? We will consider you a murtad, an apostate, and out of the fold of Islam. Homosexuality is a crime not only in Islam, in every divine religion, and is punishable in Islam by death. And we say if it was the Islamic State, then you would face the capital punishment. The only difference among the jurists is how that person should be killed. That's the only difference.
Dear friends in the audience, imagine you go out to your favorite nightclub, and instead of having a good time with your friends, you're going to be arrested by police. You go to detention center. You will be tortured. You will end up in court in front of a judge. You'll be with 50 others in a cage, trapped like an animal. You spend 1 year in prison. You'll be raped, constantly abused as a homosexual. This is what happened to Mazin in Egypt. He was one of the Cairo 52. And I was so impressed to see him in this movie and to see him testify what has happened to him. I think this is actually very, very courageous of you, and I'm very, very glad and happy that you're here tonight. It's your applause. Mazim, what struck me most in the interview in A Jihad for Love was that you said the only thing that kept you alive in prison was a little book that you read in every evening, and this book was the Quran. Did it ever occur to you, or did you ever think about the idea that it might be actually that book that got you into prison in the first place?
Never, and I believe if I went to the prison, it's not because of that book. It's because of the government and the people who is using very bad this book and judging other people by the name of Islam and by the name of their thinking. But it's not true.
Parvez, this is what we heard from a lot of, Parvez Sharma is the director of the movie, this is what we heard from a lot of the protagonists in your movie, and your thesis in the movie is that if there is any gay liberation in Islamic countries, it must be through Islam, from an Islamic point of view. I'm a very secular Western guy, and I always thought that gay liberation was something that came from out of the religions, and it was, for example, in here in Europe and in the US too, only discussed in religious groups right after it became successful. Why do you think it is possible that there is an Islamic way to gay liberation?
I think some of our most bitter battles are going to be fought on the front lines of religion. This is true of Christianity, it's true of Judaism, it's true of Islam. The film makes a very strong case for independent reasoning within Islam, or ijtihad, which is a tradition that has existed in Islam for 1428 years. And it says that within Islam lies the solution for solving what some people in the film, and you heard from one of them, call the problem of homosexuality. I don't think that the ideas of gay liberation as we know it in the West can be easily transported to Muslim countries where the situation, where the languages, the cultures, everything is completely different. So I think the solutions will have to be found within Islam.
Sandy, you dealt a lot with religious topics and homosexuality from the perspective of your own religion as well as a Jew. What was, in dealing with A Jihad for Love, in producing the movie, was there something that was completely new to you, that kind of like opened eyes for you when you were in producing the movie?
Well, I had gone with a film called Trembling Before God, which was about Hasidic and Orthodox gays and lesbians, to South Africa. And we were doing Christian, Muslim, Jewish panels. And I met a gay imam, who you just saw, and he invited me to go on a retreat for Muslim, gay, lesbian, transgender people. And what was so striking for me was that everyone was just sharing their lives. People were sharing insights from the Quran, from the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. People weren't talking about terrorism or violence. It was completely a different discourse than I had really been exposed to in America on television. So for me, that was almost like the pivot point and the turning point for me of why I'm doing this film, because I really believe that in all of our traditions, like, you can't cut your left arm off to save your right. You can't cut your spirituality off to save your sexuality. So these things are in our histories, our bodies, and our souls.
Mazim, the last question to you. You now live in Paris, in France. Do you think that you can live now with both parts of your life, that you are at peace with your sexuality and your religious beliefs?
I still believe in God, and I still believe in my homosexuality. So I think with that film, and when I met this guy, he helped me a lot, and he changed a lot of things in my life already. And he made it happen inside me, to be happy of being gay and being Muslim.
Friends, there's hope, isn't it?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dirk. Wonderful. Jihad for Love, ein wichtiger, ein toller Film dieser Berlinale.